Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video. Of course, yesterday's video we did try out the new 9th anniversary LRSJ Broly against Fusion Red Zone Zamasu to try him out. Make sure the animations run, see them looking all pretty. I'm going to pop a Whis just for Broly and Gogeta's sake. And even though Gogeta technically shouldn't be in slot... Actually, no. I'm going to do this properly. Gogeta's going to go in slot 2. Even though Gogeta does have guard for 3 turns and type advantage, Gogeta needs to be in slot 2. He's not a slot 1 unit. He only has the 147k defense right now. He does stack on 18 key, which is good. But considering how short Fusion Zamasu is, we're not going to be able to stack up too much. Now, if he did stack on both 12 and 18 key, sure. But he doesn't. So we're not going to be able to stack him up too much. 39k with type advantage and a Whis. Considering he hasn't super attacked and hasn't stacked at all, not too bad. Not too bad at all. That type advantage is going to play a major role because not only is it just type advantage, helps him tank a little bit better, but with him having type advantage against Zamasu, it means he's going to do more damage. So all those extra additional supers that Gogeta can possibly do, it means he's going to do a ton of damage, which gets us into the second phase quicker, which I'm completely here for. And did we get... I think we got him some rainbow key spheres. I mean, we should have done. He's his own rainbow orb changer, so because we got him a rainbow key sphere, he's got a guaranteed additional. So there's one stack. As I said, because it is so short, him stacking isn't really going to do too much here, just because he isn't going to have time to do that, because Gogeta is one of them units. As soon as his active skill becomes available by the 4th turn from his entrance is when his guard wears off, because of course his guard lasts for 3 turns. As soon as the guard's gone, the following turn he comes back when he doesn't have guard is when you can transform and use his active skill, which you're going to do every single time unless you get very lucky on a specific turn where there are no attacks where Gogeta is and there's no AoEs. Then you may prolong using his active skill by 1 turn. Double digits with the Whis after a super attack, guaranteed, expected that. You may prolong it for an extra turn, but is the extra 30% defense worth it on a stack? Probably not, all in all. But because his guard does run out, and then the following turn he comes back, and the first time he doesn't have guard, you can use his active and transform him. You're always going to transform him immediately. So, again, it doesn't really make too much of a difference in terms of Zamasu being pretty much a very short stage, because you're not going to stack him up too high anyway. Again, unless you get very lucky when it comes to the attack placements in a turn, you're just not going to do it. So, as I said, it doesn't really make too much of a difference how much we stack him up here. Even though if we could, again, we realistically wouldn't stack him up too much, just because we want to transform him anyway, and Zamasu is so short. But we have done some very good damage. Of course, having dual Brolys here, I know one of mine hasn't actually been able to attack yet, but having dual Brolys here, along with Gogeta, with the amount of additionals these 2 units can do between each other, we've done a ton of damage already. We're on turn 2, and we're almost through the first phase. Bootanks hasn't even super attacked yet, and he can do multiple super attacks with type advantage. So, we generally... Actually, maybe not, because my Fat Boo obviously doesn't have dupes, so he isn't actually doing too much damage. But, I mean, if we actually get lucky with crits, we generally might 2-turn Zamasu's first phase. Fat Boo's tripled, so we actually generally might 2-turn his phase. Are we going to do so much damage that I don't even really get to see much of Gogeta Blue doing anything? That's fine, you do that. The Whis is still active, and my Fat Boo just tripled, which I'm very happy with. So this shouldn't do too much. Yeah, 23 damage. Get out of here. Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? Even 5 dodge just got pulled out by Fat Boo. To be fair, I do actually kind of want Gogeta's first... actually, it's going to happen. I was going to say, I do want Gogeta's first appearance on the next phase to be when we can transform him, but I don't think that's going to happen. No, it is. We just about survived. Now... I kind of want to give Gogeta an extra stack just to give him a bit more defense. And I think we got no Whis active. As long as we don't get... I mean, we do have full HP, but as long as we don't get super attacked in slot 1, we're good. The AoE might do a bit between all 3 units, But as long as we don't get super attacks, we're good. Not 92k on a unit that doesn't even have 200k defense right now. I can't even knock that. I know he has type advantage and he still has his 3-turn guard. But 92k on a unit that isn't a slot 1 unit, doesn't even have 200k defense. Not bad. I mean, it is 500k on a normal and 500k on an AoE. So while it is a decent amount to take on one normal alone, 180 between the two, it's not bad when you really think about what kind of unit Gogeta is. But I mean, we're going to heal that back. I mean, with the Boo units we already have, but once Gogeta transforms, of course, he gets that 54% HP healing for 4 turns. So we're going to heal it back anyway over time. Super Boo isn't fully built up, and Fat Boo hasn't really built up too much either, so the Whis is definitely the way to go. Again, I love how much of a mishmash, a mix and match, a pick and mix type deal that Broly's teams are. Especially how good the categories are right now as well. But then one thing we have in our back pocket, which I'm curious to see if we're actually going to be able to get to use it, considering how much damage we've been doing with Broly, Gogeta, Boo tanks even as well, but mainly Gogeta and Broly. If we're even going to get to use his active skill, because his active skill is so good, the taunt skill, whatever you want to call it, having everyone attack Gogeta for 1 turn, and of course having guaranteed dodge, as I said, essentially a Ghost Usher with an active skill, like a damaging active skill attached to it, is so good. It's so good. Like, it has so much utility. Like, imagine, I don't know, you're in a bit of a tight spot. Oh, Gogeta's active skill's ready. Bang, pop that. You're not touching no one. You know, you might have low HP, you're about to die. No, that's it. You're fine for the rest of the turn. You're in it an extra turn to bring it back, to beat the event. Like, it has so much utility. So much utility. It just naturally just gives you an extra turn as well. Let's get him out. Let's get Gogeta Blue out. Buff your chest. I know that's not in this animation, but still, buff your chest. Gogeta Blue's here. Of course, we're going to stop stacking, but we do get the 100% attack that he does for 4 turns. I don't even know we're not going to get 4 turns deep of it, that's for sure. That's for sure. We're going to get some healing. I'm definitely going to transform you. Do I want to use Broly's domain? It does mean Gogeta will take, what, an extra 10% in terms of damage, which isn't too bad, but it does mean Gogeta will take more damage from Zamasu because it's against superclass allies. But then Broly gets to transform. Where are the attacks in this turn? Surely in slot 1 will be alright. I'm actually not going to transform him. We still have a Whis active as well, yeah. So, I mean, Broly's got guard. He's also the friend one. He's got a super attack multiple times. I don't think, like, this turn has so much damage potential between how much all of these units can super attack. I don't know if we're going to be able to use Gogeta's active skill. Like, I know we all know what it does, but it's so useful. Ghost Usher with some free damage, like, who doesn't want that? That's one of the reasons Fat Boo's active skill was so good. Like, a Ghost Usher with some free damage. I mean, I know they function a little bit different, but that's essentially what it is. Yeah, the enemy still gets to attack, but Gogeta dodges it anyway. Like, you might as well not be attacking. But let's start with getting our 100% attack. Our first one in. Again, I can't imagine we're going to get too much just because we've got units doing so much damage and so many attacks that I don't think we're going to be in this for too much longer. There's that 50% attack and defense he gets on 12. Also, attacks effective against all types, so no matter what, he's going to be doing damage. So even at 55%, it doesn't really matter. Crits aren't going to make too much of a difference. Got those guaranteed additionals as well because of the rainbow orb changing. And now we have the Whis for backup, but he does have a 70% chance to dodge, which of course, when you don't have an item active, you're going to want him to do more often than not, naturally with dodge units. Zamasu doesn't have a Ki Blast super. So if Zamasu was to super attack him here, he won't be able to nullify it. But having a 70% chance to dodge and nullify Ki Blast supers, it's very good defensive capability. The only thing is naturally with dodge units, and kind of the same with nullify units, is even though it is a 70% chance to happen and you do have both, you know, running at the same time, coinciding with each other, there is going to be some times where you get unlucky and Gogeta doesn't do either of them. And with the type of defense Gogeta has, even in blue, I mean, he's guarding along with a Whis, so we should be chilling. But we should be good. Yeah, 193, we're good. But without that guard there as well, if he doesn't end up doing it, maybe not here. Actually, maybe here as well, because Zamasu does do what, like 750 on a normal here, and quite a lot on a actually, to be fair, my Broly might take a lot of damage here. I can't even get an 18 key. Maybe I should have just popped the domain. Maybe I should have just farmed it. But yeah, not having that guard to kind of cover him. I said if you get unlucky and neither of them pop where you can use the nullify, Gogeta is probably open to some damage. I said maybe not here, maybe he would. Again, that's what items are there for, but for you no item runners, he probably will take some damage. I know for a full fact with the latter stages of Supreme Magnificent Battle against probably Gogeta himself, Beast Gohan definitely, if he isn't dodging and there's no item active, Gogeta is probably going to take some damage. If he isn't dodging or nullifying, which again he has a 70% chance to do both, so you'd be really unlucky if he didn't do either of them. When it comes to Ki Blast Supers, he'd probably die. And to be fair, I'm not knocking it. I'm not saying he's bad because he doesn't survive one of the hardest supers in the game. Like, it's what, like 2+ million? That's fine. Do you know what I mean? That's what happens when you rely on dodge units and units that nullify. Like, you're relying on sheer RNG. It's just naturally the way it happens. You know, we've seen it time and time again with like both UI Gokus, etc., like other units. If they don't dodge, it could get a little bit techie. But definitely against, as I said, the latter stages for Supreme Magnificent Battle, Gogeta could probably get caught. And I said, I'm not knocking that. I'm fine with that, considering how difficult those last few stages are. But he could probably get one shot by like a Beast Gohan. Maybe even a Gogeta Blue from Supreme Magnificent Battle as well. But here, I'm not sure. Maybe he'd be okay. I mean, bro, my body just popped off a bit. Yeah, he definitely popped off. Oh, we actually are going to get the active. I'm very happy about that. Now puff your chest, bro. Get them pecs out. Of course they can't keep up with you. Boom. How's my foot taste? Boom. How's my other foot taste?
My tummy hurt. My stomach hurt.
Boom. Big Daddy. 7.3 mil. 7.3 mil. No crit. So obviously, it doesn't matter where we put him, but I am actually going to put him in slot 1 just so I can let Gogeta basically pop off. He does have 555k defense right now, which isn't too bad, considering he's going to get guaranteed additionals and get that 50% attack and defense on like 2 12-key supers. That's not bad, along with having a 70% chance to dodge and nullify. Naturally, of course, this turn, no matter what, he's going to dodge it guaranteed, which is why this active skill of the taunt is so good. I said it's a Ghost Usher with damage. Who doesn't want that? It's Fat Boo with more damage. Like, who doesn't want it? Big 5.4 mil crit. Love that. Gogeta's putting work. I can't lie. So has Broly, especially the friend Broly. Like, they're both so good. Like, Broly's a monster. An absolute monster. But Gogeta is putting work. Absolute work. So the amount of defensive capabilities this man has, even though it is RNG based, along with his active skill, which is probably one of the best active skills in the game. Look at that KO screen as well. Along with the amount of times he just generally attacks and the amount of damage he's doing, he just offers so much. See, now the more I start glazing him, even though he is so good, the more I'm going to want to dupe. But no, I'm not hopping back into a Carnival banner. We take the one, but I would like a dupe. An additional would be great. An additional would be great. I'm pretty sure I put it. Okay, no, he's chilling there. But yeah, he done really well. He was almost untouchable throughout that entire event, and he didn't even have his nullify to use because Zamasu doesn't have Ki Blast supers in the second phase. But he done so well. I mean, both Broly and I think Gogeta pretty much carried that. You can let me know your thoughts down in the comments, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Take care of the rest of your day, and bosh.